Hello Internet, and thank you for clicking on this video. Today you are in for a treat because this is a three-parter. It is a meet the artist slash what's in my bag slash watch me paint. So sit back and relax and enjoy the video. So normally when you watch what's in my bag videos on YouTube, it consists of a girl and her purse and her pulling things out of her purse. But for me, it made more sense to use my coveted yellow backpack. It did take me a few coats of paint to get it to the right color, as you'll see what the real backpack looks like, although mine is also covered in a bunch of pins that I like to collect. Next, I moved on to one of the items at the top of my page, where I did an illustration of my watercolor palette, since I definitely use that a lot. And as you can see, it's literally a rectangle with a bunch of circles, so anyone can draw, kids. Moving on to my cell phone, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't on my phone a lot, always looking up, ideas on Pinterest and Instagram, and I have a turquoise phone case, so I made sure to draw that. Above that, you can see my purse, which is kind of like a pinkish red color. It looks really weird right now, but once I add more layers and redo my outline, it looks a lot better. And right next to that we have, of course, some sort of coffee drink. I definitely use green in the straw, so implying that it's from Starbucks. And to be honest, the only reason I go there so much is because I have gift cards. Going back over to my backpack, laying down the second layer, getting it to that nice golden mustard color. And then jumping around to some details, I did that pencil already and the paintbrush. I definitely used those two items the most. And as an artsy person, it just felt right to include those in this illustration of what's in my bag. Hopping over to the cute donut, I have pink frosting on there. Donuts are definitely probably my favorite dessert. However, I hate sprinkles, so I think the only reason I drew sprinkles on this one was because I thought it'd be cuter in the illustration. Up at the top here, we have my sketchbook, something I've been using a lot lately. I try to do at least one sketch every day at the end of the day to really wind down and just relax. Currently I'm using the Canson brand mixed media sketchbook, so I can do pencil sketches, watercolor, markers in there. It's really nice, and it has a blue cover, so I felt that it needed to be blue. Right next to that, we have a pair of some fun polka dot socks. And if you know me, I have quite the collection of fun socks. People just keep buying them for me, but I will not complain because I love them. Jumping back up to the top, I have my camera. I use my camera all the time. I am a filmmaker. I love to do photography. Obviously, I use my camera to film these videos. Even though the camera in my illustration looks more like a film camera, I do have a digital Canon camera that I really love, but I've had for like 6 years, so hopefully I can upgrade soon to a newer model. In line with that, I have my Mac laptop, and for everyone who, really dogs on Apple products for being really expensive, I have had my Mac laptop for 6 or 7 years now with no problems, so I feel like it has been worth the money so far, and I don't plan on getting a different one anytime soon. So at this point, I've pretty much colored in all the main items, so I'm jumping back around to do the second layers and also adding in all the details. One thing I haven't mentioned is underneath the socks, there's a little Star Wars, book or DVD. That just represents my husband, who is obsessed with Star Wars, and I felt like I needed to include him somewhere in this illustration. As well as this slice of pizza. Obviously, I do not carry around a just rogue slice of pizza in my backpack, but it is probably one of my favorite foods, so I felt the need to include it. Plus, I love drawing drippy cheese. And then one thing I didn't really need to color in was the pair of glasses next to the laptop. I have had glasses since I was 1 year old. one year old. And so obviously I needed to include that because I always have them on. And then the last thing is just a book coming out of the backpack itself. This just represents my love of reading and writing. So it's not one book in particular. I don't really have one favorite book. I have like 10. So now that I've gotten everything colored in, some of my watercolor pigment was really intense, so I felt the need to go back over some of my line art again with just a black Sharpie pen, and I think this really makes it pop, and I'm glad I did this. It really cleans it up too. I also used this to add some more details to the backpack, like little stitching lines that really just look nice. And that's it. That is my completed what's in my bag illustration. I really like doing stuff like this with lots of little details, so I'll probably be doing more in the future using other art supplies, but for now, watercolor is my number one. So thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe, and comment down below with other video ideas you would like to see me do. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.